Let's read this today. I wonder if I could do like, do you guys like it like this? Is this a better method? Okay, hi. Welcome. Let's do it like this. So it's time for a break, as above, so below. Okay, that's what's coming out. I just want to pull out from my cards, right? Yes, so it's time for a break right now. So I'm just gonna do this like it's a break for me. Um, Oh my gosh, there's so much energy going through. Uranus energy frequency, a lot of magical frequencies. A lot of blockages are clearing. It says don't make any decisions. Basically, don't make any decisions right now, right? Everything that, yeah, do you hear a riddle? It's a troll. So there's a lot of trolling going on. These trolls are trying to take away craft, valor, courage, determination, right? They don't want to chill the fuck out. They don't want to chill the fuck out because their heart is not precious, it's not blessed. Yes, they don't have courage, valor, righteousness. They can't get to midheaven. They can't overcome their challenges to get to midheaven, to receive a midheaven guide or mentor, higher vibrational mentorship. So they don't want to be mentored. You're headed towards success, collective. You are asking for mentorship at this time. That's what you're asking for. What's on your mind? What is it that you're manifesting right now? Okay, that's what God is asking you to focus on. Your dreams are telling synchronicities. So it's like whatever you're visualizing, imagining, what kind of impact it is that you're bringing into your own life right now. How is it materializing in your consciousness? So how is it appearing in your life? So for example, I really is a lot of desire. It's coming through as a lot of fire energy. What's your manifestations? I shit you not. You see what I'm saying? So as within, so without. So there's a lot of purifying, a lot of purity that's coming through. Say your grace. I just, it just feels like a lot of good news always. When you're with God, there's always going to be good news. Even if you're not seeing it, there's going to be good news. Like always, there's always a silver lining. There's always something positive going on. This is just the fact of life. There's been a lot of like false energy influences. There's a lot of people who want to lie, who want to falsify impact, who want to strategize against divinity, who want to falsify. Like they have so much bullshit to say about everything that they think that they know, but everything that they think that they know comes from experiences that they've put themselves through falsely. So it's like someone wants to go ahead and cheat on their husband, and then when they cheat on their husband, they're surprised that they didn't learn a lesson. Like, you know what I mean? Like cheating is bad. Then they want to be surprised that like when they get cheated on, they want to act like cheating is bad. Then it's like, you know what I'm talking about right there? I can't fucking, this is what the fuck the stupid ass false ass educational system in America has done to these people. These were once children. Okay, these people were once children. And now these people don't know jack shit about fuck. Anyways, let's keep going. What is influencing your current action? Yeah, there's some sort of devil energy. There's some sort of devilish energy, right? Yeah, that wants to put like this kind of like, oh, the only way that you can rest is sleeping. Like that kind of energy pisses me the fuck off. Don't be nervous, right? Don't be so fucking nervous now, trolls. Don't be so fucking nervous now. Enlightenment is real motherfucking close, right? Nurture, care, love on your own heart vibes. Your vibes of mystery is evolving. Are you curious? Ask for a clue. So it comes through as a mystery, basically. Anything that God is manifesting from the heavens into the planetary construct, the 3D, right? Divine awakening. It comes through as a mystery. So Capricorn energy, see what I'm talking about? There's Capricorn energy. How do you like to celebrate? Energy is coming through. Where do your efforts pay off? So 10th house energy, progress means perfection. Practice is work. Take care of your health and keep moving forward. So it's a lot of like demonization of frequencies that are like different unique resources, different unique in styles, environments, like stuff like that. Like someone wants to make it seem like it's built for them when it's not built for them, when it's built for other people, when it's built for those who can take care of it and they can't take care of it. And this is where they want to steal. This is where they want to steal. See, compassion is key to peace. You don't have to experience other people's experiences or lows. Compassion is the key to peace. Give yourself the compassion to understand that whatever fuck shit they're going through is not what you have to go through so that you can be compassionate. Okay, you can be the reason why we can be compassionate to other people is because we're compassionate to ourselves. Because how the fuck are we compassionate to other people if we can't be compassionate to ourselves? These people are hating themselves, hate their lifestyles, hate who they are, hate where they are, hate where they came from, hate how they got there, hate everything about everything, and then they think that we owe them some sort of compassion so they can be compassionate towards them. Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's it. You're wiser than you figure, study for gain, because that is self-compassion. How is it that rebuking them, because I rebuke them, their consciousness, their ideologies, their hive mind, and I dismantle their hive mind consciousness. I dismantle their hive mind consciousness, period. Clarity is needed within a situation when it comes to progress, and they don't have that clarity, and they are attempting to block the clarity that is coming through right the fuck right now when it comes to those who actually are earning the things that are bringing wealth into the consciousness of reality. So basically, they're being seen as blockages to progress and enemies of progress whenever it comes. So basically, they're seen as terrorists, psychotherapists. That's it. They're psychological fucking terrorists, and they don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that that's illegal, psychological terrorism. And they want to act like the only type of terrorism that exists is when it's 9/11. They don't want to accept the fact that they've been psychologically terrorizing people and they're getting karma for that. They're getting karma. It's going back to sender. Yeah, exactly. It's going back to sender with the evil eye energy here. You see what I'm saying? It's going back to sender. Venus energy here. With Jupiter, it's okay to enjoy yourself. Look at her. It's okay to enjoy yourself, collective. Meditate on account of your blessings. Meditate on account of your blessings. Okay? Meditate on the account of your blessings. Okay? Justice is here. Okay? You see what I'm talking about? Meditate on the account of your blessings. Justice is right here. You see what I'm talking about? What am I doing? This is a meditation stance. I am in constant prayer. The fact that I am communicating with you guys right now is a master art, okay, form. It's a master expressive form. People, in order to express the same thing, would have to live civilizations hidden inside some sort of trunk in the forest. I already died. My prayer is constant within, period. Is already established. As I'm communicating, I am transmuting information, transmuting it from a corrupt energy into purity. It's being transformed from its prayer format into communication and speech. It's that simple. For people to receive this kind of purity and clarity, they would have had to declare absolute sovereignty in the Most High's energy, as in that they've already surrendered to God wholly, meaning that God can take over them whenever, however. So when God is always within me, as is always within me, is when they decide to try and act like a Sith. Leo energy in would speak your truth. Your voice is powerful. You see what I'm saying? This is where the fun comes in. Leo energy is 5th house energy, joy. See what I'm saying? You see the energy frequency that I'm speaking on right now? I am conducting this through the 5th house energy. It's supposed to be fun for me right now. This is supposed to be fun for me right now. This is stressing me the fuck out right now. That's a tell sign that something is not right. Especially when it comes to the 5th house energy. And I knew it was because of some chica thought that her 5th house is everybody's 5th house. Her familial curses is everybody's familiar. Fuck that bitch, man. Fuck her. Yeah, rising energy. It's their rising sign that won't let them. Yeah, exactly. Smells like Cap. That's what I thought. Smells like Cap. Look for wise counsel. See, good karma incoming. Accept your blessings. You and your thoughts are precious. Purify your heart. You see what I'm saying? So there's supposed to be joy coming through fifth house energy. That's solar plexus energy. There's so much heart center energy. Why? Because they keep on trying to attack the heart. Because they keep on saying that the heart is where the expression of the fun is supposed to be at. The expression of fun is different than the expression of joy. The expression of joy is in the blessing of children, right? That's fifth house energy. That's joy. But the expression of fun is Leo-centric energy. Do you understand? It has to do with games. Leo could be in any house. And the fifth house could be represented by any other sign. You see what I'm saying? If Leo is in fifth house, it's both fun and joy. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to understand the formula of the energies. It has nothing to do with fucking astrology. It's the influence of the energy. It's like saying the wind doesn't exist. Like, it obviously exists. Especially when the fucking tornadoes come in. It exists. But motherfuckers only want to accept that the wind exists when the tornadoes come in. Do you see what I'm saying? So we're supposed to sit there and watch the tornadoes roll in. And then realize that it's a tornado when it's already in your living room. That's the problem. And then they want it to be fun too. That's why it's a curse. Yeah, eloquence is beauty. And this is where it is that they try to misrepresent the character of value. Bear spirit, playful, resilient. So you see the playfulness and resilience? You see how the bear has to be resilient in order to be playful, right? Right? You see how the bear has to be resilient in order to remain playful, right? Whereas, where there is fun, there is no need for resilience. You see what I'm saying? There is a balance. And motherfuckers want to act like that balance can only exist between dark and light. What the fuck are you talking about? Balance is the light. That's where the codependency fucking comes from. When people always think that they need to anchor in some sort of darkness in order to stabilize their reality because things would just look too good to be true. That's why you're not invited into heaven, my nigga. That's why. Because you would think it's impossible. You would actually cause problems in order to make it seem as if that it had been impossible to begin with. So that you can try and act like as if that's the only time it's possible is when you think it's impossible. Like, what the fuck, man? Nobody gives a shit about this. Like, no one can. Like, imagine everybody is getting blessed, right? You're getting a Christmas gift. You're getting a Christmas gift. Somebody else who is not even in the area to receive the Christmas gift is complaining about the fact that they can't receive the Christmas gift. So now it's impossible for everybody else to go to the area to receive the gift. That's the problem. That's the fucking problem. I'm tired of sitting here like fucking like listening to people trying to give me their fucking problems when they're not, when the reason that they didn't receive the solution is because they didn't come to get it. They be so mad. I'm like, yes, I'm in the midheaven. The halfway point between heaven and paradise. So if you want to receive a solution, you better get ready to make the journey to get here. So that you can receive the solution. So that at some certain fucking point, you can actually face God and then show that you've utilized the solution accurately. And if you didn't, he'll send you back so you can make the same fucking journey, so you can learn what the fucking purpose of the journey is. Probably to learn how to use the solution properly. So that when you get to your destination, you can receive the solution and then appropriately utilize it. Maybe that's how income fucking works, huh? Maybe. Maybe the only reason that we get the fucking money is so that we can utilize it for the right reason. And that's why we overcome all the evil that gets us beyond the root of it. But they don't want to accept that. I'm like, okay, the fuck? Go back to sender then, the fuck? I don't know what the fuck you're here for then. They're trying to act like because I don't know. The fuck? You see the ego? Because I don't know. And that's where they try to act like it's naive. The ego is the fact that the reason I don't know is because they don't know. That's the reason. There's no knowing there. There's no knowledge there. That's why. If it wasn't for them, otherwise them, then there would have been a knowing. Watch how there's always a knowing. And the only time that it's not there is when they're around. Then they want to act like they blocked God's blessings. They're the only ones blocking it for themselves. See, your love is the only kind. Look, you are one of the kind. Because I fuck with myself more than anybody else. Duh. Duh. Godly. See? Don't question your intuition. Use your voice. See, hidden truth, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's clearly smoke. You see the smoke? You see the smoke? You see the smoke? Eyes wide open. Keep your eyes on the board. Let God be the, what is God? The one to shoot. Stay on target. That's all you gotta do is stay on target. Inner child cleansing and purifying. What are you questioning? And this is where it is. There's clearly some sort of false question that's trying to compromise the real question, right? When something is unknown, right? And there's no knowing of it, there's an opportunity to discover. So there's also their circumstance of false discovery. You see what I'm saying? That's the corruption. You remove the corruption and you purify it. What do you see? You see discovery. So what's the common ground of all of it? Discovery. So what's the discovery about? Brick by brick, you're building a legacy. Plus, plus, plus. Yeah, mind over matter. Make a decision. You see what I'm saying? So what's in your mind? You see what I'm saying? There's a whole paradigm that's manifesting, and it's unbeknownst. But why is it being blocked? Because motherfuckers want to make decisions around it. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like it's so crazy, yo. It's so crazy. It's like being in VR, okay? It's like being in VR and the character you're playing in VR blinks. Does that mean you blink? No. No. Because that's how you see why? You see why? The character that you're playing, the character, the game, the avatar you're performing as in the manifestation that's materializing, right? Is a whole separate body that's under the influence of your magnetic presence. You are responsible for what manifestations move through that avatar. So when there's other people, other energies attempting to siphon, manifest, take, put, remove, like all this, all over that avatar, that energy, that frequency, right? Then the access to the account of what's manifesting becomes null, because it's no longer in the presence of your magnetic influence. influence becomes scattered. And now it's in that fire frequency, that fire energy of Aries and Sagittarius and Leo. You see what I'm saying? Leo. You see? And the mastery of Leo energy would be what? Understanding the condensation of all of that frequency. But the only way to really bring it into manifest form is to purify it. Now you're doubling on the purifying, and then you're confused about why it's taking so much energy and so much power and so many resources and so much, oh my gosh, just to bring one little fucking concept. It's not even a real thing. It's a concept into reality. And then people are like, you know what? We're going to make it easier and fucking make it through AI. No! That's where the greed is. The greed of the situation is all of that that's trying to pick apart manifestations. Well, who are you going to sell it to? Who are you going to buy it to? Who's going to see it? Where are you going to post it? How are you going to do it? How are you going to bring it down to this? What resources are you going to need? Who's going to give you those resources? All of that for naught. Pointless. Because there wouldn't be enough time. It doesn't balance out. So all that false progression, all that false idea of there being some sort of new concept that will arise from a situation that comes about from taking other people's resources, from not giving people resources, from blocking people, from not blocking people, from all of that for not in vain. Pride. For no reason. It all crumbles. Yeah, synchronicities at play. See? The real thing is already in synchronicity, is already in sync. Is already synchronized. Is already manifesting whatever God is. That's a whole separate, you see what I'm saying? That's a whole separate thing. Now there's a whole separate scenario. So wait, what's all this? I said it's for naught. It's in vain. 23 minutes in. That's years of people's lives right there. Years. Lifetimes. And we're 23 minutes in and everything we're manifesting is already here. And we're meditating on the account of it without external influence of anything or anyone, only with God. So yeah, you are being graced. Your ancestors are here for you. Be as you are. You see? Progress means perfection. Keep moving forward. Literally. Okay. So all that stress, right? They wanted to remain in the 5th house energy. Why? So there can't be a fun, playfulness and whatever, but we're going to tap into all of that later. See, you will be okay. Ooh, you will be okay. God loves you. Synchronicities. You see how that was in sync? As I was saying, you will be okay. Now let's see it from both sides of the potential, right? On one hand, did it block what I was trying to say almost so I couldn't hear it myself? Yeah. On the second hand, could it be seen as a divine, what'd you call it, revelation from the world, where it's like I'm in sync with the Holy Spirit, so everything that I'm doing is in sync? Like if I was to dance, the thunder would dance with me, kind of coexisting with prayer? Yes. You see what I'm saying? That's a mindset kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? That's a mindset kind of thing. Where that's a pathway. You see what I'm saying? But the only reason that will come about now is like, oh, what decision am I going to make between here? Okay, so fuck all of that. Instead, why don't we just see it as it is? Okay, you will be okay. And then the sound went at the same time. Ah, Toshe B, period. That's it. Moving on. Are you staying hopeful? What for? Like, what are we hoping for here? You see what I'm saying? Because they want to steal hope. They don't want you to recognize that your hope has been activated. So when you walk away, you leave hope behind with all the rest of the idiots. With the plagues and everything. So you put it in Pandora's box at the bottom and close it. And then, I left my hope in the box at the bottom of hell. I better go get it. Fuck you. Hope is my sister. Hope is coming with us. Hope is leaving them behind. That's what's going on. See? Go little rock star. Period. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to accept that these energies have free will. Let's talk about it now. These characteristics of the universe indeed are self-existing. They have their own free will. If money doesn't like you, if love doesn't like you, if hope doesn't like you, if happiness doesn't like you, you will not be receiving its blessings. In order to receive the blessings of these things, you got to authentically be in their energy. The only way to authentically be in their energy is to synchronize with them, to align with them. Now, how would you know what you are like when you are aligned with these energies? Well, you actually got to do the fucking work so that you can align with who you are in your highest potential. These people never did the work, don't know what it looks like to do the work, and don't know what it's like to get rewarded from the work. So how in the fuck are they gonna try and force us into a scenario where we gotta be hopeful about anything when it comes to their environment or what they want to make as their environment, what they want to claim as their territory, something that they're not even in alignment of or within. So what energy is seventh dimensional? For you to understand itemization, for you to understand itemization, customization, materialization, mastery, grounding, you would have had to have been in seventh dimensional frequency, high vibrational. That's beyond love. That's already towards balance, already balance. That's the energy of balance. That's the energy of justice. That's why it's a seventh energy, seventh house energy. So if you see seventh house energy and people are acting like they know what is up, and they don't come about and like let you know there's war in the 3D, as above, so below, there's changes happening. What changes? What changes? As simple as that. What changes? They start telling you about all the war. That was never the change. That's the effect. That's 3D. You're telling me about Stephanie fucking Matthew. I don't give a fuck. The fuck? Whom does that belong to? That's already 3D. Whom does that information belong to? Right? That's a back to sender. You see? Because whom it belonged to was definitely not me. You see what I'm saying? Not anyone in the collective except for whom it had actually belonged to. So that information is quite literally temporary. Matters not. That's what doesn't matter. But what changes occurring in our life definitely matters. It definitely manifests into the 3D as well. It goes through what it is into what is it? What is it? Yeah, how it is transforms into what it is, transforms into where it's at, right? And now you already saw where it's at, right? Where it's at transmutes into what is it? Why it's there. Once you know why it's there, right? It's shown It's seen, right? No, actually, it's driven, right? Yeah, it's driven. And so it's like a, what is it again? It's like a, what is it called again? Yeah, when it's arriving, or when it appears. See, so it goes from why it's there to appearance, right? Why it's there to appearance. When it appears, you see what I'm saying? When it appears, it's then like material. When it appears, there's there's an order to it. I don't like, that's how it works. That's how it works. It's AD. 8D is how it works. See, Aquarius energy. Eighth dimension, eighth transform. You see what I'm saying? Is how. Seventh dimension is what? Sixth dimension is like math. The math of it all. It's calculation. It's calculated. Fifth dimension is love. Is why. Ninth dimension is like the influence. The planetary influence. It's like influence like that. Like influence like that. Literally. 10th is sight, vision. 10th dimension. 11 then is like understanding and everything. I kid you not. Mastery, like not mastery is 6th, yeah. 9th is like, you see 6th, 9th? I can't make it up. And then like, where was I? Wasn't I at 10? You see? If you're not fit for it, you will always drop. Wait until you get into 12th. 1 second, y'all. So, what'd you call it? Yeah. Divine immortality. Thank the Most High for all the trust, blessings, and the truth. The card that came out was, what are you hopeful for? You see what I'm saying? The thing about these people and their idea of immortality is that if they become immortal after committing treasonous crimes and crimes against humanity and all that, they'll just wait for everybody else to die out, and then they can continue their treasonous acts on the new generations, the new people. Like, and that's why they're not getting reincarnated. So all these motherfuckers that were complaining about the reincarnation cycle, fuck that, we're getting stuck in this reincarnation cycle, okay, you just won't be incarnated again. You'll just be stuck in hell forever. Like, these people think that they're going to heaven, and that's how like when they stop their reincarnation cycle, it means that they'll get to stay on earth forever or in heaven forever. No, they're going to go to hell forever while everybody else continues their reincarnation cycle until they learn the lesson. Exactly. Karmic lessons and cycles. They don't want to accept the fact that motherfuckers get reincarnated here until they finish their lessons, and then they can live in heaven in peace and everything else like that. That's how it fucking works. If they don't want to continue incarnating and reincarnating, that's okay too. They can just go to hell and admit to all the sins and shit like that they couldn't purify in their lifetime. It's a one done fucking deal. It only has to happen one time. That's it. Is this a real trigger, or is this not your trigger? And this is what it is. They want to trigger people, provoke people. And they want to provoke people into some sort of warfare amongst each other. They want their, and this is the continuous thing. It's like they want to provoke each other into some sort of, they want to cause war to manifest or to cover up. They want to cause some sort of like, I don't know. They want to cause something that's not just, okay? It's just not just. And it's so like, it's so fabricated, and you could tell that they don't know what inventorship means because it's not creative or anything like that. It's just going back to sender. A lot of back to senders are coming up, okay? The loner. Yeah. I enjoy being alone and getting in touch with my true feelings. Yeah, the nurturer. I deserve to feel nurtured because I give care to those I cherish. And that's what I'm talking about. So like the loner and the nurturer, how are you going to put the nurturer alone? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, this is what I'm saying. Like, someone doesn't want there to be nurturing in anything. Like, they don't care for they don't want there to be, you know what, fuck them. They don't want any kind of nurturing in anything or anyone. They want to cause problems all the fucking time, man. And they want to keep making it seem as if it's not them that's doing all of this, but it's them as fuck. Like, their aura, their energy is so repulsive. Like, it's so fucking dark and dim and fucking monstrous. I send that shit back to send, like, they need to go somewhere. Like, it's giving that, like, it's giving that, like, they don't understand the kind of damage that they look like they've been doing as well. That's what it is. It's someone who's so in denial about what they actually are and who they actually are, that it's like they don't recognize that other people are not the same way. It's like they see themselves and other people in such a negative perspective, and they think that like other people are that negative, like for real, when it's them as fuck. Like the initiator, yeah, like people are gonna start rebuking them. Like that's really what it is. Like people are gonna start rebuking them, and I call for it. Yeah, the trumpets are sounding. This shit is ridiculous. Yeah, the worker. You see? That's my energy as fuck. Like, honestly, I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual. Exactly. Exactly. The worker. And this is the reality of the situation. See, the spectrum is even here. Like with the autism shit, like I'm talking about. See, I root out and reject prejudice in myself and others. That's it. With the title card energy. And this is what it is, that they don't want to accept. I could even make up the spectrum worker also. Talk about light worker energy. Like, this is what I'm saying. With the lovers in reverse, the sovereign in reverse, the future in reverse, the truthful in reverse, the experimenter in reverse, the dreamer in reverse. These people are very magnetically unsound. They're dull. They're extremely dull. And that's like a Capricorn low vibrational frequency. So that's like that's like what people project on Cancerian energies, like boredom, like boring, constantly, like, and all of it is like, it's like looking at a librarian and calling them stupid. Like a librarian is someone who has mastered all the books in the library. You know what I mean? The tamer. You see what I'm saying? It's like they don't understand. It's like someone who takes care of horses, and then they like, and their horses are real nice and real tame, right? And some fucking dumb fuck who doesn't have no money, like some dumb fuck is looking at the tamer and is like trying to act like the tamer is actually some chaotic, ruthless mother. Like, it's crazy. Lovers desirable. That's what I'm saying, dreamer. Like, there's these energies that are lustful. You see what I'm saying? They're lustful. They're so lustful. They have this like deep, condescending, fucking like lustful. Oh my gosh, you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. Holy Spirit, please expose that devil to me, please. Holy Spirit, please expose that lie to me, because I'm tired of it. If they need to be exposed, expose them to me, because I'm tired of this shit. Because this shit is like, I rebuke them. I need to rebuke. I need by God's grace, like I'm telling God right now, I need to rebuke whatever treacherous fucking actions, whatever way, however it is that they became that way. I need to rebuke this in God's name. Like, I need to rebuke it. Like, I'm shaking. This shit is fucking like, ooh, like, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is eight of wands energy, justice, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of cups in reverse. Yeah. I rebuke that guilt. I rebuke their guilt in the name of Jesus Christ. I rebuke that guilt in the name of Mother Mary, mother of mother of God, Mother Mary. I rebuke that guilt in the name of Mary Gwendolyn, fucking all of the name of the ancestors. I rebuke that guilt in the name of all the ancestors, and inshallah, I rebuke that guilt in the name of God, in the name of Allah. In my own name, I rebuke that guilt. Period. Enlightenment. You're not going to put me in that weirdo fucking guilty consciousness like I'm fucking like I'm fucking them. That's really the reality. That's what it's giving. People assuming that their fucking false ass reality that they've subjugated other people and themselves in is going to cause some sort of misconduct of justice inside the realm of justice and balance. Yeah, that's what they were trying to do. That's what they were trying to make it seem like. It's all going back to sender. Yeah, it's all going back to sender. Whatever opportunities that they thought that they were going to try and like I don't know what it is called, like siphon, like hook. Yeah. They don't have what it takes to hook anything onto what anything is, to be anything how they think that it's gonna be anyhow. The fuck? That's what it's giving. It's like saying it's like someone that's trying to expose themselves as if that they are going through me to expose themselves, but they're not. Like they're exactly the devil. You see what I'm saying? Devil in reverse. I couldn't make this shit up. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see? Victory. I couldn't make this up. Yeah. There it is. And that's the clout. Is someone getting exposure from somebody else's blessing or basically. It's a what is it called again? Secondhand glory. Someone wants to get secondhand glory. That's what it's giving. And I definitely rebuke it and send it back to sender. That's what it was. It was giving Judas energy from the start. Yeah, definitely back to sender. Someone wanted to receive secondhand glory. Yep, there it is. Now it's all reversing. That longing for God that we were hoping to fulfill. Yeah, they like somebody wanted to make it seem like yeah, exactly. Someone wanted people to compete for secondhand glory through pride. They wanted them to compete in pride so that then they could leverage their resources, the other people who were competing, to give them secondhand glory that actually belonged to God, that belongs to God. Because the person who's trying to make them compete is like inglorious themselves. They're not glorious. They're not in valor or anything like that. They're not venerable or anything like that. They're actually in hell. Hell and hot waters. Yeah, devil in reverse energy. Yeah, exactly. Ace of buds. There's the ace of buds with the queen of pipes energy, queen of bongs. There it is. And there it is. They wanted to block all of this to be seen. The only reason that it's being seen is because it exists here. You see what I'm saying? It's like all their bullshit's going back to sender. They can't have the blessings and try and cover up people's blessings with their karma. You see what I'm saying? They can't do that shit. They can't. Listen, I'm not going to go to jail because somebody hit me and punched me in the face. You know what I mean? And then now I got, you know what I mean? What the fuck? That's what I'm trying to say. Like they want to do bad shit, and then the consequences for the bad shit that they're they're gonna suffer for what they've done. They will suffer for what they've done. I swear by it. They're going to suffer their whole fucking soul existence. Do you understand me? It's not going to end now or never. It's never going to end. Do you understand me? It's forever. So we will not suffer the same bullshit consequences that they created for themselves when they decided to stand against God. Okay? It's that fucking simple. And they will not be receiving the blessings that we received through enduring their bullshit while we revered God the whole fucking time. Their suffering literally will never fucking end. There is no savior for them. Do you understand me? Jesus is not coming to save them. Jesus is coming to take what he earned back from them. That's why it's coming up Ace of Pentacles, the devil energy. The Lord will have his vengeance. Period. And here's the earnings. Collective earnings. Yeah. They were trying to play victim to job security of other people. Isn't that cliche enough? There it is, the leverage. They wanted to leverage resources, accommodations. For influence. Now they're being exposed. Yeah, now they're being exposed for defamation of character. Yeah. Defamation of character in order to fabricate experiences in individuals' lives against their own manifestations, against their own will, against their own luxury, against their own lifestyle. Misappropriating and misrepresenting other people's lifestyles in order to receive resources of influence. I swear, people think that that type of crime they can get away with. They've been trying to get away with that shit for so fucking long. Building influence and clout off of destroying other people's reputations, building influence and clout off of destroying other people's lifestyles, building influence and clout off of destroying other people's reputations, trying to build influence and clout off of destroying somebody else's life, out of trying to kill somebody, trying to murder someone. I've had enough of it. Playing Judas in a situation so that they don't have to go through their karma. And that's the reality. Yeah, because they wanted to act like they had some sort of ancestral gift, as if that gift had given them some sort of authority to never have to go through karma. That is not fucking real. Everyone goes through karma. Even Jesus Christ went through karma. Karma is the ancestor here. Is the sister here. The brother here. They wanted to control karma by trying to act like karma didn't exist. Karma is today, bitch. Karma is today. Yeah, Temperance in reverse. This is where they didn't want it to happen at. Remember? It was what it was, right? What it was. Transforming, right? And then becoming what? Why it is there. So why is karma here? Why is karma here? Why is karma here? Karma is here because some missed opportunity wasn't presented to anyone who hadn't been there to see the opportunity. Basically, how is an opportunity missed if the opportunity isn't there to be missed? You see what I'm saying? Somebody wanted to make it seem like there was something missing, so that there would be a false seeking, a false desire, you see? And now it's being caught. That there was something that they were seeking. Something that was being sought out for. There was punishment for something that was being sought out for. Top. So now it's about punishment for something being sought out for. There it is, Page of Buds. There's the something that was being sought out for. So the something that was being sought out for exists here, upright. So it was a false seeking for something that didn't belong to them, right? So coveting. So there's karma for coveting, right? So that karma for coveting is going back to sender. Because the thing that they were trying to covet against is right here. See? 2 wands. There's purpose within it, which means it's substantialized with value. Judgment is protecting it. You see? So there it is. The Emperor in reverse with the Chariot in reverse. The 2 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Death. There's the karma. What is the punishment? The punishment, what? They wanted to know what the punishment is. We know why the punishment is here. Because there was a coveting, right? So, whom does it belong to? It belongs to the false-ass person who built the false-ass narrative to falsely cause some sort of ending, some sort of death, some sort of ending to plans that they didn't know anything about. What is that? That's spell work. Because the only way to send energy at something they don't know anything about is to pretend like they knew something about it. Fake it till they make it. So, it's going back to sender. Whatever it is they thought they knew about is being fucking exposed. Whatever it is they lied about is being fucking exposed. Whatever it is that they thought that they would plan around, what it is that they thought they could pretend existed is being fucking exposed. There it is. And there's the truth. Queen of Joints in reverse, which is the Queen of Wands in reverse. A false seeker who pretends to discover. That's the exposure. That's whomst it belongs to. Whomst the karma belongs to. Not the avatar of the character that was created so that no, it's the person who coveted. That's the person who was getting the karma. The sun, enlightenment. You see? So there's the magician behind the two of swords in reverse. Remember when I said something unknown, unbeknownst, not something not made known, right? There it is. And then there's the manifestations, the mind, energy. So what's this unbeknownst? It's their fucking frequency. You see what I'm talking about now? Their frequency shouldn't be in your mind. It shouldn't be there to block your manifestations, collective. Their crimes and all this shit is not your focus. It's the punishment. The crime has already been committed. Karma is due. It's due. Karma must receive peace. And peace only comes from it being made. Period. And we're not the ones that owe karma. They are. We clearly have mastered peace. They haven't. They're gonna have to learn how to master peace. They keep on trying to make me give them keys to success. Like, no. Final answer. And they're like, oh, well, what if they kill me type? Do it, please, so that I don't have to be here to watch your karmic ending, and then I can just be reborn elsewhere where you don't exist. No, go ahead. Forsaken all your children too. Why don't you? Yeah, these people don't understand that their false sense of recognition that they wanted to build off of third-party clout, that they wanted to act like was theirs when it's actually God's glory, that they wanted to ride on the wave on, that it's not the same thing as eternal bliss. That's what they're confused about. They don't know why it's so hard to live in heaven when they're not in heaven. Please. That's what it is. That's what it's giving. They're like, oh, it's so hard to maintain. It's so hard to live. It's so hard to do this hard. Doesn't seem like it's heaven then. The fuck? The fuck? Seems like it's a lot of hard work and for nothing. For fucking fuck nothing. Yeah? Yeah, literally. Look. Same old motherfucking karmic cycles over and over and over and over again while the ancestors are celebrating in spirit. See? The ancestors are karma is celebrating in spirit. And the celebrations are materializing. So where? You see where? Spirit. You see what I'm saying now? Dimension. What was the dimension? You see what? You see? You see how it works? These people get lost in it. They get lost in the sauce. They don't understand how all these questions have all these answers and how they're supposed to follow all these answers to the finishing point and how they must administer. See? Administration. They don't understand how they should be administering the applications of their lessons into the conduct of their business as they travel and traverse through the realms. Even though that's how you move. That's just being. That's just dancing. That's just being. That's literally being yourself. It never has to get that complicated for you to understand. But for you, collective, to really understand, this is how important you are. That's the substance of your being. That's literally something that you can't sit, stand, or be to fucking control. Why would you want to fucking Take accountability for something that you didn't create. That's something it's a magical dance of the heavens. You didn't make it. All you can do is honor it. That's how you receive glory, your own glory from the honor that you presented. That's something you put on the table, collective. They don't want you to see that. It's like they want you to see what they're doing instead of do what you do. And that's what I'm trying to let you know right now. They want you to see what they're doing instead of you do what you do. They don't want you to do what you do. They want you to do what they want you to do, so that they can tell you what you're doing right or wrong, in as if that you don't know what you're doing because you're doing what they want you to do all the time. Like, bitch, please. Tower. I'm so sick of this shit, man. Like, it's boring. That's what's so boring. Like, that's the life you want to live, collective? You want to listen to the orders of all these other random ass people that tell you about their failures and their fucking successes all the time, and as if that you're supposed to be revering them because you can't do it? You can't live their life. They're making you jealous of the life that they can't live, as if that they're living it. And 90% of the world can see that, collective. Yeah, exactly. They're dispirited and incontent with their paradigms. They're bored with the way that they live their life. You see what I'm saying? People who love themselves from the get-go, from the start, people who begin with the blessings of God, don't ever get bored with the way that they live their life. And they keep on projecting this ass fuck backwards energy. They keep projecting their ass backwards energy because they don't know what it's like to actually love their job. They don't know what it's like to actually do what it is that they do and be in love with it. You know? Like, they don't understand that the glory of God comes from the joy of his children. They don't understand that. So they can't comprehend how it is that being happy is actually a natural resource for greatness. They think that they must suffer to cause harm, to build hardships, to create competition, to make false influence, to generate bullshit income, to act as if that they're the ones that are successful in order to maintain their bullshit income, to pretend like they love their children, to act as if that their children are there to help them, so that they can act like they're the good parents. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. Like, that's a whole different, you see how there's a whole different situation? And then there's the dimension where God is actually providing all his blessings to his children and doing everything right, and we're doing everything right, and everything is going well. And they don't want to admit that that paradigm exists. And that's really the reality. They don't want to admit that the paradigm where God like loves his children and that we work together with him in heaven and all this jazz, like, and that we're all like amazing, you know what I mean, that we're all in the glory of God and that we're giving to God, that we're providing and all this jazz, like we stabilize the resources of our fundamental realities, like all the responsibilities and accounts of who we are. They try to act like that doesn't exist, but they're trying to force the reverence of it existing onto themselves. You see what I'm saying? They want to literally take the thing that's making the glory, they want to take the light and act like it's for them. You see what I'm saying? They want to act like that light is for them. But they're complaining about the same paradigm that they're existing in, that they can't compare to the paradigm that God has created for all of us. So it's like they're delusional, confused, lost, breaking the law, causing harm, breaking policies, complaining about it, not getting out of the situation, causing more crime, causing more harm, causing more distress. And then they're trying to force us to feel the boredom of it all. Like we're not supposed to be having fun at this moment. Like this moment is for us to work really hard to give them the glory that we supposedly are receiving from doing this, from alchemizing this, from conducting this business, from streaming this, from reading this, from being aware of it, from mediating it. That's what it is. Mediation. They want us to give them the glory of the peace mediated by us from heaven. And they're not receiving it because they're in hell and they don't have it. They've never had it. It was never for them. They shouldn't have even been aware that these kinds of things exist. Let's be for real. But it's their karma. It's their karma to know that there are people who are genuinely happy without them. There are people who are genuinely excited for life every day. Wake up every day happy and joyous, and it will never be them. It's their karma. It's their karma to sit there every fucking day and be aware that there are people out here suffering in war happier than they are in their miserable fucking life, dreaming about mansions they will never have. Because it is those people who are suffering in those wars, the survivors, that will be living in the mansions. And not these losers that had caused the war to begin with. They don't want to admit it, that they lost all the wars. There hadn't been a war that they had won. They don't want to admit that their population is diminishing, that their false ass cults are dying, that their false ass entities are being exposed, that they have no kind of control over all of their bullshit systems, and it's all failing. They don't want to admit it. They want to suffer. We've already seen this before happen in Sodom and Gomorrah. The difference is that we are no longer going to be living that life. That Sodom and Gomorrah terror, they will be the ones to leave. We will not be doing all this shit again, forgetting about everything again, having spiritual amnesia all over again. Fuck that. They're going to have to leave. They're going to have to leave. The funniest part about Sodom and Gomorrah was really truly the lesson. It was that no matter who you were, see, there's the boredom. I had to stop because I felt that shit about to come. Because mind over matter. You see what I mean? It's like there's already something that's being transmuted, translated, being provided, being given, being channeled. And that's what it is. They want to block the channels. They want to block the channels. They want to block all the channels. They want to block channeling. And that's what it is. They were falsifying channeling by siphoning. And they wanted to make it seem like it was channeling. Real channeling is consensual. There's a symbiosis within the order of the universe that occurs when channeling occurs. It has to do with a paradigm of holiness and veneration. It's literally the fifth heaven. Motherfuckers are in the eighth hell, trying to make it seem like they're in the fifth heaven. The only ones who are lost and confused and stupid enough to fall for that bullshit are the people who are in the what? Fourth hell. So how is it our problem? It's like, you know what I'm noticing, collective, is that a lot of people in the collective now, especially a lot of psychics, are starting to watch people go to hell. That's what's going on. They're really watching people go to hell. And they're scared, collective. They're scared. You can see the psychics freak out. They want to do something about it. They even think it's them. Holy psychics out here think it's them. The holy psychics, those are the prophesiers. Seers. Overseers of the prophecy? No. Seers of the prophecy. Overseers of the prophecy are the angels. The prophets are the expressions of the prophecy. That's why I'm a time traveler. I'm a red black Skywalker. I put the checkpoints. You will find me everywhere and anywhere. God is there. He uses me as his tool. It's like you're gonna. I'm his. You know how motherfuckers be on their phone all day and night. God has me right there in his palm of his hand, all day and night. See, magician, empress, you see, period. All day and night. Like, are you kidding? Hierophant. See? That's what it is. They wanted to make it seem like God had forsaken me or had abandoned me in any kind of way or situation. I've already been there, bruh. Like, you know when someone beats the ever-living fuck, like, you guys probably don't even, not everybody knows this, but, like, you know when someone will beat the ever-living fuck out of somebody, and other people will just be looking at them like, damn, like, why, like, damn, like, God has forsaken that person, or walking down the street, or that's their judge. That's a problem right there. How don't people see that as a projection? People don't want to see the sneaky projection. God who tests everyone in all these big ass ways, for real too. Somebody will be going through it, and some moron who put that person in that situation is gonna sit there and think, wow, God forsaken them. No, maybe it's that's what God is about to do to you, dummy. That's what God is about to do to you. You're being warned. That's really what it is. Page of Pipes. Yeah, now the opportunity is being seen for happiness, for success, for love, for integration, for strength. Like, now it's being seen. Let me do this real quick. Okay. There it is. So, guilt. There's the guilt. So they wanted to make it seem like all action that was taking it by the Empress and Queen of Pentacles energy was guilty action. That's basically, it's going back to sender. They keep on projecting that all action done by women is guilty action. That's the problem. Like, someone really hates women, and they keep on projecting that every time a woman talks, speaks, moves, acts, does anything at all, as if it's all guilty, everything they are is guilty and everything like that. Yeah, there it is. King of Joints is noticing this now. With the Queen of Pipes, Queen of Buzz, like, yeah, a lot of the ancestors, angels are noticing this now. Yeah, all the illusions to cause, to fight against the protection. Yeah, the war. Like, they keep on projecting, like, everything that a woman is, everything a woman does, everything that a woman can stand for, everything like that is specific. Yeah, exactly. Now it's being seen, Tower, that they were trying to hide the fulfillment that one receives in heaven. Basically. So it's like, basically, when I say I've been to heaven, yeah, I'm in heaven. Like I travel through the heaven, traverse through the heavens. You know what I mean? I don't transgress. I belong in heaven. Like I am the empress. I'm the reincarnation of Isis. Like, you know what I mean? I say that because Isis is one of the most successful names that what you call it, in titles of my soul. One of the most successful ones, right? There are other, what you call it, there's also like paradigms of my soul, the existence that existed within Enoch, within Jesus himself, right? So within the 12, like my soul essence has incarnated here so many times. It's not only Amina, that's Amina. Do you know how many lifetimes it takes for me to just want to be Amina? Like, just want to be me, like just want to be Amina. You know what I mean? You know how many cycles of life it takes to just want to be some girl in a hoodie. Some girl in a hoodie. No, literally. Do you know how much stability in this world, in this realm, it took for me to just be some girl in a fucking hoodie? These people will never understand the kind of work it takes to like exist forever, to like be immortal forever. They'll never get it because they're not immortal. They'll never get it. They'll never be immortal. Who the fuck's gonna let them be immortal, huh? You think God's gonna let them be immortal? You think God's gonna let them get this far, huh? Y'all need to stop underestimating our reality and stop underestimating God. That's what it is. Yeah, 10 of Swords. They don't want to accept that shit. See, they don't want to accept that it's unbeknownst to them. It'll always be unbeknownst to them. Our success will always be unbeknownst to anyone but God. You understand? That it'll only become apparent through which God's glory makes it apparent in expression of. That's it. You see what I'm saying? And when and how and all that jazz, it'll come through when it comes through. You see what I'm saying? And they have no control of that. See? And that's the that's the real Four of Pentacles. You see where the Four of Pentacles is in higher dimensions. The Four of Pentacles is in 7 and up. 7 and up dimensions. These motherfuckers aren't even in 5, bruh. When we were 10 years ago, when we were screaming and yelling and shouting for people to increase their consciousness so that they could be able to enter the 5th dimension, so that we could all increase in our vibrational frequency and take Earth into a higher frequency, so that we could enter the appropriate age of Aquarius and overcome all the circumstances of the lessons and blessings of the paradigm of karmic lessons, so that we can then continue to evolve and translate our reality into a higher dimension, so that we can live within the new construct of the golden age. Where were they? Right. Abusing us. That's what they were doing. Abusing us. We were overcoming them. And now what? Now they want to throw themselves at us. You see what I'm saying? They want to throw themselves at us. But they want to act like that's not what they're doing. You see? But they want to act like that's not what they're doing. See, Four of Pentacles, see? Unbeknownst to them, our success, our prosperity is here. No matter where they think they're going or how, they never will be able to see how it is, why it is, the way it is that we are successful. It'll just never fucking happen. Yeah, 3 Wands, like that. This is where it is. They wanted to find there to be some sort of dissonance. Yeah, they wanted to cause some sort of mental dissonance. A constant mental dissonance. Constant mental dissonance. To force disassociation with the paradigm of our existence. Like, yeah, to cause disassociation with Earth. This association with funding, basically. Beneficiary. Yeah. They wanted to factor in losses constantly in other people's lives instead of benefits within their own life, because they didn't believe in benefits in their life. See? They didn't believe that their life was benefiting themselves or anyone. But they wanted to subject other people to that reality. People who are benefiting off of their own lifestyle that God hath provided them. You see why it's coveting? That's why it's all going back to sender. Yeah, they wanted to act as if they had input of their losses in other people's lives. You see what I'm saying? And now is being fucking seen. They are jealous that other people don't have the same losses they took in their life, obviously. And they want, and it's, thank God. And the burden is being dropped from me. Period. It's being dropped. Yeah. Pages joints in reverse. Death. That's it. With the 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pipes, 5 of Swords. Yeah, exactly. And there is the communication barrier, blockage, whatever. Discontent or inconsistent or something like that. Yeah. They wanted to control influence, like real bad, like external influence, like any kind of influential energy, like drivenness. They wanted to control drive of influence, or influence of drive. Yeah, they wanted to control influence of drive. Yeah, with the, yeah, they wanted to control influence of drive. Now it's being seen. Yep, now it's being seen. Yep, how they were trying to, it's like how, like, they wanted to control influence. See, this is what it's getting to me, because it's like they make no fucking sense. Who cares about their desires? I want to see how the fuck they thought that they could do this. How? By causing restlessness, period. Back to sender. May they be forever restless. May nothing ever fucking work out for them, ever. The fuck? Every time they want to take a step, it's down the fucking stairs, up the fucking stairs. They fall. Every time they want to fucking look around, their neck is hurting. That's what the fuck's supposed to happen. The fuck? I don't want to hear all this bullshit about how long it's taking, about how go. Don't give a fuck, man. Yeah, like there's a plan here. There's a whole plan here. There's a paradigm here. And they're being dropped. That's final. That's final. That's there is the fucking naivety, false naivety, full in reverse energy. They're ignorant. They need to die. Someone needs to put them out of their fucking misery. That's what the fuck needs to happen. I don't give a fuck. I'm so sick and motherfucking tired. You know what that is? Misery. So it's back to sender. Do you understand? So I shall never be sick and tired again. Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like being in misery is like some sort of decision. Like it's a missed opportunity to put them in misery. Yeah, that's being revealed now. That's what is being revealed now. They want to act like karma is an opportunity. That's what it is. They want to abuse karma as if that they can negotiate. That's what it is. They think they can negotiate. Yeah, there's justice. They think they can negotiate with justice. That's what's coming up. 1 second, y'all. There it is. Didn't I say? So they didn't want there to be justice. Like they didn't want there to be expressions of justice, literally. They wanted to act like justice didn't exist. It wasn't real. Isn't that their miserable fucking asses? Maybe that's why everyone they love is going to die, had died, had already suffered because of them. The fuck? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why no one will ever love them. The fuck? What does that have to do with any one of us? Pissing me off. That's why they're fucking miserable. Devil in reverse. Didn't I say they have no fucking faith? No trust? No fucking order of conduct? Nothing. It's back to sender. Wanting us to feel their karma for them so that we can all the fucking time. All the fucking time. All the fucking time. Waste, 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 waste. That's greed. Yeah, it's over. That shit is dead. Back to sender world. Cycle complete. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. Yeah, they're under fucking judgment now. They're under judgment now, period. They're under judgment. All these people, all these individuals, these assholes and shit, they need a big old ego death. They need a big old ego death. They need a big old ego death. Yup, there it is. So they wanted to take away from the narrative the security of the truth. That's what it is. Yeah, there it is. There it is. The Ace of Cups. Yeah, they wanted to take away from the narrative the security of the truth, to act as if their misery was more real. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Hermit, Ace of Pipes. Yeah. So the answer was ethics, the truth of the narrative, the ethics. So that's what it is. They want to cover up the ethics of a situation. That's what it is. They want to cover up the ethics of a situation to act like the ethics don't matter. That's what's coming through. Yeah. Now it's back to sender. All of it's going back to sender. Yep. Because the narrative of the truth, right? The truth of the paradigm that exists within the narrative is the ethics. Yeah, it's returning back to sender. A lot of their shit is returning back to sender. Like pride. Yeah, false ethics. Like, oh man, the karma. There's the karma. The karma popped out. Look, karma popped out real quick. Because they wanted to activate karma every time something good happens. This is what they wanted to abuse this for. That's what they wanted to abuse my power, divine feminine energy for. It's like every time they would be initiating something good. Like, you see what action? I just took action. Like, I'm like, dude, yeah, right? I just take action, right? And then all of a sudden, karma, all of a sudden. It's like, what does that look like? It's not jealousy type envy, right? But that's them trying to pretend to be God. This is why God hasn't been showing up as a jealous lately at all. Because there's been a lot of sadness, a lot of that, right, going on. Why? Because these people have been pretending to be jealous on the behalf of God, right? You see what I'm saying? And this was recently. I literally was like giving God everything, resources, everything. Like, I'm giving God everything, right? So God is giving me through the paradigm of the universe, right? Obviously, I'm receiving good vibes, right? So this is me, like, as I'm, you know what I mean? Paying attention to what I'm doing, you see, multi-dimensional, multi-level scale, right? They're trying to send me negative energy, negative karma, right? That's what I'm saying. No love in a situation. There's entirely love here. Victimhood in a situation, no, like a false survival instinct, false survival in a situation. But there's no trouble. Here, there's peace. You see what I'm saying? But am I screaming there's peace for everyone? No. I'm saying this peace belongs to God. That's the reality. It's mercy. For real, for real. There's mercy. It's not peace. It's mercy. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. It's mercy. So there's mercy here. So if there's mercy here, how is karma coming out? If there's mercy, it's not forgiveness. It would come through with forgiveness, dharma, right? One second, y'all. Let me send a meme. Send a meme. Yeah, there's the betrayal. Oh, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Didn't you see me? And then there was a betrayal. I can't make this up. You see, all of it is going back to sender now. Because listen, see, because temperance energy, tower, upright, the fool. You see? It's going back to sender. All of that is going back to sender. Ooh, big back to sender energy. Yo. Because all of that, all of that craziness, it's a convoluted plan to seem like divine orchestration. It's like Project Bluebeam. Yeah, hangman. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Period. It's all a convoluted plan to make seem as divine orchestration. And it's not. Yeah. That's the unfaithfulness. There it is. All returning back to sender. Dang. Yeah, because guilt. See, that's what I'm saying. All of it is returning back to sender. Yep, all of it is returning back to sender. Because they wanted to make it seem like I was transmuting some sort of guilt. I wasn't transmuting anything. I wasn't transmuting any kind of guilt, okay? I was transmuting the energy that the guilt couldn't touch away from the guilt. I was basically utilizing my power and ability to discern the differences and the similarities and the contrasts and the energies, and then I applied and administered a specific kind of integrative reactionary progress in order for it to turn into what it's supposed to really be in its pure form compared to what it is that it actually was originally at. And the more pure it is, the more it's gonna be as the original. And the more pure it becomes, and the most pure that it could be, means that it would integrate with God at 100% compatibility level. So these people think that I'm trying. Yeah, I knew it. Like, these people really don't understand that their guilt isn't going anywhere. That's why there's hell. It's not going anywhere. When God forgives you for your sin, he takes it upon himself to carry your guilt all the way to hell himself, because you can't do it. That's him giving you mercy and forgiveness. He's like, I forgive you for making me do this shit right now. All right. Hang in there 5 minutes. Let me fix this myself. Type shit. And these motherfuckers think that they can just they can try and justify how they've been trying to virtue signal to trap Jesus, to trap angels. Like, the fuck? That shit is not gonna go. Like, they already committed graven sins. Now they think they can commit them against the divine. That's what's getting to me. Death. Like, no. The answer is no. And they can't handle it, that they've been rejected. And I think that's what it is. These people can't handle that they were rejected from heaven. They were rejected from heaven. But they want to act like they don't know that heaven exists, though. That's what I'm trying to say. But they want to act like the life that they're living is heavenly. There it is. I'm tired of it. Yeah, failure, regret. Look at this. And forgiveness, you see? Acceptance. You see what I'm saying? Discipline. Because you see who has this. Jesus is the one with the discipline. God's children, we're the ones with the discipline. They're the ones that can't do it. So let's say someone Please, Empress, they're always begging me. ISIS, da, 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 please help me punish them. Help me do this for them. Help me do that for them. And I come and I'm like, let me see the situation. And then they're like, oh, we got her. And we got, I'm ISIS. I'm ISIS. Like, immediately after, I'm the Emperor. Like that. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I promise, that's not how I behave. That's not how I act. First of all. Second of all, you're mocking me. You're insulting me now. Like, in front of me. Like, you asked me to be there to make fun and mock me, like, as if this is a roasting session. I'm on pranked. I'm on pranked. Like, I'm like, wait, shit, you guys think this is gonna kill me? Like, you're trying to kill me is what I'm seeing. Like, why would it matter that you think that stabbing me and my leg, let's say if you thought that stabbing me in my thigh, right, was what would kill me, why would it matter that you didn't kill me? You thought that doing that was going to destroy me. Like, so what makes you think that, first of all, that the voodoo bullshit stuff like that is going to work against the divine people or chosen people, one, all that jazz, right? And then two, that you would be seen as innocent after you thought, you in your head, you thought that committing some sort of crime action, whatever it is that you did, was going to do that indefinite kind of change, kind of destruction upon somebody's life. And then because it didn't work, that you would be seen as like naive, ignorant, or like something else other than guilty. That's the crazy part. That's the delusional part. Because the ethics of the scenario and the situation would prove, obviously, who is guilty and who is innocent. The paradigm of the ethics would conclude the verdict. But if the ethics are not administered appropriately, then the verdict cannot be made because the judgment cannot be made in its pure format. There would be no real stage for judgment. There would be no real scenario to judge. And there would be no real paradigm to give a verdict towards. But that is exactly what it is that they were trying to cause so that they would be able to get away with crime. Well, if there's no judge, there's no judgment. And if there's no police officer, then there's no crime. There is judgment. There is. There is. And it's here. There is a real judge. There is. There is. And he is here too. Yeah, look at the doubt. Look at the doubt. You see the doubt? Ta. Back to sender. There it is. Back to sender. There's the envy in reverse, judgment coming up, and adversity. Now the heavens can see the conflicts and adversity that was being caused against them through his children. They're being seen. All these people are being seen. They're being seen now. Much for trying to grow their paradigm immaturely. Yeah, prematurely absolve paradigms of growth, destroying channels of communication, and falsely influencing humor. It's being all exposed now. Now the karma's being sent back to sender, all that jazz. Yeah, there it is. Success in reverse. The endless hustle, right? Slavery energy is back to sender. It's back to sender. It's all going back to sender. Yeah, because there's purpose here within perseverance. Remember when I was like saying all that hard work, convoluted bullshit they were doing was all for naught? You see, what we're doing is not for naught. You see how there's purpose and glory, courage, bravery, all that jazz here with it? Yeah, and there it is, death. You see? They wanted there to be some sort of like, you see, I can't make this up. They wanted to control the power of transformation, to continuously falsify transforming the paradigm of desperation, like literally influence. That's what it is. They wanted to utilize death to control influence. You see what I'm saying? And they wanted to call it necromancy, raising the living. They wanted to call. They wanted to play like it was resurrection. You see? They wanted to act like everything I said was unheard, like shit like that. Everything I'm doing is unseen, like shit like that. They're making it like they're making themselves believe that that's the paradigm of love that they have to express. Like they have to express that something is unchanging to the point that they have to step in to be the adversity for the divine. That's what it is. Yeah, because they are unsightly type shit. Exactly. It's not so funny anymore because they like there's never been any kind of freedom in the situation. Look, judgment in reverse in the situation. They wanted to they wanted to misconduct the reverence that was being provided to God. Intimacy and how it works with the Most High, 8-dimensional energy with creative potential. They wanted to act like it only could exist within a paradigm that they could control. You see what I'm saying? That's the narcissistic bullshit I'm talking about. Like things can only like they be shocked. They'll be shocked to see that there are princesses and princes and kings and queens out here, real ones, like like you know what I'm talking. I'm speaking on it. Like they'll be shocked, right? These are the types of bitches, hoes, and niggas, right? That their third, fourth cousin that's with their great aunties, uncles, best friends, weddings. You know what I mean? Like far, far, far away is connected. So they somehow got to a place that they weren't invited in, only to act like they are in control of it. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I can't make this up. I can't make this up one bit. Because it's like a riot. That's what it is. They want to cause a riot. That's all it is. They want to cause a riot. They want to be seen as the main leader of a riot. That's what it is. That's what it is. Didn't Jesus Christ, wasn't he the inventor of riots? Wasn't he the inventor of riots? Rioting? Yeah. When he was carrying his cross, that was him rioting. Yep. Service in reverse, humor in reverse, worry in reverse. They wanted to steal that paradigm, make it seem like they were doing it in good cause, in good name. Yeah, that's why it was also banned in Russia and stuff like that. Because it's like there's only one way to do it purely, right? And it's organically. That means that these things can only happen organically. And so they can only be initiated through organic presence. It can't be done through like fucking, you know what I mean? Like Martin Luther King type shit. Like, did he organize a riot, or was he just standing on stage speaking out and then started walking? You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, motherfuckers was following people home. Like, that's how it is. Like, and they're trying to take away that paradigm to act like it's theirs to control. They don't want to see the ethics within the situation. They want to act like, yeah, exactly, period. It's back to sender. Balance, death, see, period. Their false ideologies of balance and what balance means is disproportionate to the actual existing manifestations that actually had been earned, right? Meaning that they did not deserve it, nor had they put in any kind of investment when it came to the beneficiaries of the Most High's conduct. They are not to receive anything, not only because they don't deserve it, because they weren't there to even earn it to begin with, which is the same false paradigm that they wanted us to live. Period. They wanted us to live that false paradigm. They wanted us to not be there to conclude our blessings, to collect our fruits of our labor, to, you know, harvest off of our trees. You know what I mean? They didn't want us to be home when they wanted to come and steal type of shit. That's basically it. That's why they were all trying to make seem as if that there was some sort of walk away energy. Nah. And that's why I said I rebuke it. And it's going back to sender. They have no home to protect. See, blame and pride. You see, they have no home to protect. They want to blame us as to why they're attacking things that we've built, homes that we've built, because they never put in any investments into any kind of substantial foundation. They want to blame in order to project pride. Like you would have stolen too, like them, if you had been put in their position. But it had already been seen that if you collective chosen ones had been put in their position, that you would literally not do it. You would literally do something else, literally, to the point of like Jesus literally invented riots. Like he invented that shit. There's no pride about it. That's really how it is, because they wanted to copy that to make it seem like it was prideful. You see what I'm talking about now? Which is why they wanted to make it seem like it was a sacrifice. Like he sacrificed himself. You see what I'm saying? When the reality of the situation is that they killed him out of pride and ego. He still resurrected too. That's funny too, is how that happened anyways. And the reality of the situation is that he invented rioting. Yeah, and there's the doubt again. You see? That's a back to sender. Someone was born like not believing shit. I don't know if someone was born blind or something. Someone was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like someone, I don't know what it is. It's like someone born blind, or someone like born like, I feel like retarded. I'm sorry, but like it's giving like there's something about that energy of like they don't think anything in reality applies to them. Like they're disassociative. Like that's maybe what it is. Like someone was like stillborn. Maybe it's stillborn energy. It's giving that. Yeah, stillborn energy. Like someone, yeah. It's definitely back to sender. It's like someone allergic to everything kind of energy. It's giving that. I don't know how to explain that vibe. It's like whatever it is that exists. I don't know if they're like a very negative person or miserable. I don't know, bruh. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure it out. It's giving arranged. That there it is, arrangement. Yeah. It's like someone born disabled kind of energy. No. 1 second. Yeah. It's back to sender. It's like somebody's mother's womb was cursed or something. But they couldn't fight the curse for themselves. Yeah, someone has like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like mommy issues, but it's giving like, it's giving not being able to fight the same curse their parents failed in. Oh no, bruh. It's like family stereotypes or genetic mishaps, misalignment, genetically misaligned. That's what it is. Someone keeps discriminating against genetic alignment. I'm the type of person that believes that every genetic component that exists within our system is like a superpower. So combinations of existing genetic compositions working together synchronistically are like major superpowers. Or sorry, major superpower combinations, power combinations, and you know what I mean, dynamics that align. I don't, you know what I mean? I believe that every weakness can be seen as a strength and can be adapted towards strength, you know, stuff like that. It's like they don't believe in themselves that way. They don't really believe in that. I understand that they don't, because you know, not everybody has the privilege and willpower and discipline and strength to find out. That's another thing. They expect their expectations, so that's what it is. Maybe they were given false expectations, so someone hasn't healed from false expectations in their childhood. That's what it is. Yeah, they haven't healed their false expectations from childhood. Yeah. See, there it is, failure, and then there's a success in reverse. You see what I'm saying? Someone had given them false expectations in their childhood, and now they want everybody else to suffer the pain from that. Like, no, we're not gonna have to do that. Exactly. Abundance is here for us, empathetically. Yeah. We're compassionate for us, like ourselves and everything like that in the dynamic. See, patience is here with forgiveness. Yeah, guilt in reverse. See, friendship. There's no fucking false paradigm where, yeah, they really believe like some sort of things like that's what it is. It's like you know, when moms lie to their daughters and say that they're princesses when they're not. When you come find out that I'm actually a princess, like no cap, like I'm actually a princess, like my great grandfather is a king in Kenya, like or some shit like that. Like I don't really know, Ethiopia, Kenya, or something like that, right? Because my father was adopted and he was orphaned, he was exiled from the place. You know what I mean? If I told you the history of my people, would you believe me? Would you believe that I'm actually a princess? That I was kidnapped when I was a kid, and by my mom who knew the truth, and then she stole my heirlooms and everything like that? Would you believe me? Would you believe that most of my progress in reality was so that I could bring back House of Fulani culture, Kano Kasina culture back into the glory of God? How we could rise up like once before as our people, right? Would you believe that? These motherfuckers wouldn't believe shit even if it smacked them in the fucking face. They wouldn't believe shit. They can't control shit. Look at what they did to Sacagawea. You think they give a fuck? No. The fuck? See? Discipline. Like, these people don't know shit. See? Gratitude. They don't know shit about shit. They don't know shit about all. See? Now they're fucking scared of shit. Why? Like, it's detestable. I feel like that's what it is. They were born detestable. Yeah. That's what it was. They were born detestable. Like, their parents wanted them to be detested. They understood that one day their own children would be detested by others. Whereas when we were born, we knew that we were going to be loved by others because our parents made it clear that we were going to be loved by others. That's how we also knew we were chosen. Because it was like a lot of the times people couldn't help but love us, even if like they think that they themselves are detestable. They didn't know how the fuck they were finding the love to love us at, where they detested themselves. So then they would express detestation or detesting towards us, and the paradigm would exist where they would be siphoning love that they are supposed to show us to themselves, but then like we had to be okay with it and forgive them because they needed it more than we did, kind of situation. But the manifestation of their fucking consequences of the issues they need to pay for instead of us. And that's where they didn't understand. Why is it that now that they love themselves, they can't run away from the karma that they've caused for others when they didn't love themselves? And the reality of the situation is because all that bullshit that you did when you didn't love yourself, now you're going to have to learn how to love yourself through all of the karma. That's the reality of the situation. They don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that they have to love themselves through all the consequences. And that's how they gotta maintain their love. Meanwhile, they want to project the pain of the consequences onto us when we already did love ourselves. We already grew and were chosen with the paradigm. We already are supposed to be on a whole new level for us to be able to evolve on a frequency where we can actually establish peace amongst each other and ourselves and our communities, so that we can properly execute what's meant to occur in the golden age as per prophesized. Trust, peace, and patience. You see, kingdom cometh. It cometh. Adversity is them trying to make it seem like they're like our time as if is their time. That's the adversity. Our time is not their time. Their time is not our time. And we are not on shared time. Our time is with God. See, gratitude in reverse. They don't have any gratitude nor bravery to stand up in time. You see what I'm saying? So it's not their time to stand up regardless of if it's time to stand up or not. You see what I'm saying? Death and regret. You don't see, they're in regret. Oh, see? Under the trust, peace. You see what I'm saying? They're in regret that they can never trust that peace is for them. That's the truth. They're in regret because they know that the peace is never for them. They can't even dream of it being for them. You see? But they want to act like because we're expressing it, it's some sort of like crime against them. You see? And that's where it's getting cut off. That's where it's being returned back to sender. Yeah. For our own growth. Exactly. Their surrender needs to happen. They need to be the ones to surrender. Because we're not the ones that are guilty. Period. Exactly. Judgment in reverse. See, trust. Because they misguided people. Exactly. The misguided people, so that to assume that loneliness was some sort of paradigm that they had to be forgiven for doing onto others. See? They wanted to make it seem like causing people to be lonely in life was something they could be forgiven for. That's an unforgivable thing. It's straight up satanic. It's unforgivable. That's why it's judgment in reverse. See, they'll never be forgiven for that. Health is here. Yeah, because we stay healthy. How are we going to stay healthy and keep ourselves healthy? By not forgiving them for trying to make us lonely. Fuck that. I said I forgive others for how they've transgressed against me. For how? All the consequences and all that shit, I forgive that. Loneliness, that's not for me to forgive. Period. See? Death. Judgment in reverse. Like, I'm sorry you went through all of that for nothing. I don't think it's funny. It sucks, you know? It sucks that you thought that you could destroy my life and kill me and ruin me and try to use me for money and, you know, I mean, all that jazz. It sucks. I'm sorry you went through all that, you know? I forgive you for all that shit. But, like, you're always going to be lonely. You're always going to be sad. You're always going to be miserable. That's to them, collective. Make sure you send that shit back to them, okay? Courage is here. See? Because they're trying to make you be in grief. That's why it's only coming out like that. One first person. Because they want you to be in grief. They want to make it seem as if the devil has control over you. That shit is not real. That shit is not real. God is ultimately in control. Friendship with peace here. You see? Ultimately. Ultimately. No matter how fucking evil and vindictive you might feel. For sending their blame back to them. Because that's the blame. The blame is the vindictive evilness. So when you're sending it back, it's going to feel vindictive. It's going to feel evil. Yeah? Because you got empathy. And your empathy is honest with you. You're going to feel exactly how it is. See? And you're not going to be guilty about it. Because it's not your change to have. It's not your envy to build against. Yeah. And it's not... It's not your discipline to have in their relationships. Exactly. They can't have your discipline in their relationships, collective. Okay? They will always be in regret over it. Because they're not looking at how to build their own discipline. They'll never know what discipline truly looks like for themselves. So they'll always be in envy over your discipline. Or underneath your discipline. Because you stand over them. You stand over them. You are quite literally superior to these people. And they don't want you to accept that. They don't see themselves as equal to you anyhow. That's the reality. They don't see themselves equal to you anyhow. It's either superior or inferior. Don't let it be inferior. Period. Don't let that shit be inferior. Make sure that you stand with God. If they see themselves superior to you, make sure that you see God as superior to them. That's how. Because when their rank drops, yours is going to rise up to God. Because you always stood brave with the Most High God. Even when people tried to make it seem as if you were oppressed under his forgiveness. You see what I'm saying? And that's where they doubt. You see? That's where they doubt. It's back to sender. It's back to sender. Yeah. Because their imagination isn't working right. See? Their imagination isn't working right, and you can feel it. You can feel it when someone isn't thinking correctly, when they're not speaking correctly, when they're not visualizing something correctly, when they're not seeing something clearly. You can see it. You can see it, you can experience it, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell when someone hasn't experienced abundance in a specific way to be able to build a paradigm within their mind, imagination, their mind's eye. See? The abundance is here, but they're trying to force focus on their failure. So to make it seem as if we're supposed to administer some sort of lesson onto our own blessings. Now the blessing of abundance is here. See, forgiveness is already done. They have to surrender the forgiveness. They have to surrender it to God. You see, because the forgiveness has purpose. See, and they're blaming. See, now they're blaming the fear. It's going back to sender, bro. It's going back to sender. Fear ain't do nothing wrong. I don't do nothing wrong. But a little bump and grind. It's over. So see, blame. There it is. Freedom in reverse. They don't. It's over.